Hello, welcome to Gotta Be Real Movie Reviews with Tommy and Jules. And right now, we're doing a classic review,
Super
a request from our friend Gunnel Gainey
We love
on
Gunnel.
YouTube.
You always chat with us and give us movies. We like that. Thank you. We appreciate you so much. Gunnel.
I was giving myself a
The
girl.
Clockers.
Clockers.
That's the intro we wanted originally.
I know, you're trying to take over.
This is from 1995, and I'm going to tell you, Gunnel, thank you, because I never seen this movie before.
Really?
Yes, and there's some stuff in here, so I'm going to let you go
What will
ahead
you
and give the
do?
rating. And
Gunnel, I've seen this movie a few times. I was even looking to see if I had it on VHS.
yeah, or DVD, or VHS.
Yeah, but
Wow.
I didn't, and I was pretty
No
sure I
DVD?
didn't. And I don't think I have it on DVD, but I didn't check. No, I'm pretty sure I don't. But it is
Okay.
a Spike Lee joint, and I do have a few of his movies
Yes.
on DVD.
So Clockers was in 1995. Who is in Clockers?
This was the introduction to Mekhi Phifer.
His first debut film role. He was young in here.
He was very good too. He
Yes,
got
for it to be his first.
critical acclaim. He was so
Yes.
good. You would not even know that this is his first movie.
Didn't.
Like, I don't want to start getting into what I feel about Mekhi's performance yet, because I need to say who else is in this. But he was really good, and if you haven't
Yes.
seen it, I think you need to see it.
And he still looks exactly the same. He's, nice chocolatey skin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All
So
right.
let's talk about who starred in the movie.
Harvey Keitel. This movie had big star
Ooh,
power.
yes. He was a nasty.
And they were looking
Oh.
for. I don't want to get into that trivia yet
Okay.
either.
Yeah,
so
let's get that. All right.
but it did already have big star power, and they were looking at other people that are huge stars to be in it.
Okay.
John Turturro, it's a Spike Lee joint. John's got to be in almost every movie that Spike Lee does.
Yep.
Delroy Lindo.
And we
I
love
him.
Delroy. I love him. I mean, he's a good actor, period, but I really loved him in Crooklyn. I mean, that was just so heartfelt.
And they played the song from Crooklyn that they played at the, I believe, the end of Crooklyn at the beginning of this, but it was like a remix, kind of different, grimier version, which I really like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Crooklyn All Stars.
So what's going on in Clockers? Because that's an old school term. Clockers. What's going on in Clockers?
I mean, it's an old school movie. 1995. Hello. It's rated R. A young drug pushers in the projects of Brooklyn live hard, dangerous lives trapped between their drug bosses and the detectives out to stop them. Really, it's about Mekhi Phifer. His name is Strike in this movie, and his brother, played by
Isaiah
Washington.
Yes, Isaiah Washington.
You
Was
know
very
him
young in
from-
here as well.
Yeah, you know him from Grey's Anatomy and
Yep.
stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
His brother gets thrown in jail for murder because he confesses. But the police detective just swears up and down, no.
It was Strike.
He's a good man, a family man. It was Strike.
And they went on him. Like, these cops are like constantly in their face. And this is a time when, first of all, it wasn't even fake.
They freaking
The way they harassed them.
take his pants down.
That's what
outside
Yes.
in public to check his butt
Yes.
cheeks like he's
You
in
can't.
prison or
Yes.
something. In front of everybody, in broad daylight. Like, where did you do that? Who
They
do that?
listen. I'm telling you,
That's
as a kid, I
crazy.
seen police do that before, and I could not believe it.
That's
I went in the
crazy.
house and told my mom. They just pulled this lady over, and they literally went in her pants. And I'm like, even as a kid, I'm like, that can't be right. And there are people looking, and I don't think they can do that anymore now. Especially I think if it's a woman, you have to wait. A woman has a checker. But the whole thing, even in this movie when they did it, the fact that I knew that stuff happened. That wasn't fake in there. They did that. And I mean,
That's
they
sad.
harassed them to their wits' end. And it wasn't because they cared.
Yeah.
It wasn't because they cared about saving, this kid. No, they were just harassing, and it was fun for them.
Yeah.
And the one good thing in here, though, actually, this is more than one character. The kid that Strike, Mekhi Phifer, who he tries to almost kind of wheel into the game. The mom is like, oh, no, you're not. I mean, she's going down there in their face. This is a woman y'all leave my son alone. And I mean, she was bad. She was badass. Sorry, but she did it more than once.
Yeah.
I like that because
Yeah.
it does show that there are people who may live in unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah.
But she was willing to fight for her son.
Yeah.
She was ready to pop one of them dudes in the face.
Yep.
But
Yep.
she was not playing. And then there were other male figures in here, black male figures, also wanting to save this kid because they know he's a good kid.
Mm-hmm.
But they know once they get wrapped up in that game, mostly people never get out. It's one or the two. It's the grave or it's jail.
And it shows like all this stuff that he's going through on a day-to-day basis, all that stress. This young man had an ulcer. Like he had to be like
Yeah.
what, 19?
I
or
didn't
something?
know
I don't
what it
remember
was.
his age, but he was very young and he was always drinking those mood drinks,
Chocolate mousse
chocolate
drinks.
mousse.
Yeah.
And I mean, his acting is so good. I remember seeing it in the
Wow.
theater, just feeling like
Like
feeling
when he
his
when
pain,
he
like
yeah, I felt it
gosh,
too. Like
do I have an ulcer?
I was like, is he so
yeah.
young? Does he have stomach cancer? Why won't he go to the doctor?
You
But
know?
that's another thing with men. They're kind of stubborn. Don't
Yeah.
want to go to the doctor, and we know that's
But
real.
his acting
But
was
it
so
was
good. It's like I
it
felt
was
it. I
like
felt
you
like he
felt his
really has
stomach.
an ulcer. Like I
Yes.
hope in real life you're all right, Makai, because that's
No, he did great.
He did
for his
great.
first movie. And I'm wondering, I
Yeah.
do want to look to see if he took acting classes or anything. But he did that first role.
He did
He
that.
pretty much solidified himself when he did that role.
Yeah.
Was good at
Kudos.
every bit of it. He kind of played the drug dealer, but when the cops come around, they hey man, what are you doing? I don't know what you're talking about. He was one of those that did that a lot. But the stress of doing, drug dealing and other people you got to deal with, and even your own crew stuff is going on. It's hell. That's
kids in
probably
the
where he got the
neighborhood.
ulcer from. Yeah.
Remember that kid shot that
Yeah.
drug?
See, that's what
At
I'm
it.
saying. You have an ulcer when you live that kind of life because it's constant stress all day, every day. You're watching your back from cops.
Yep.
You're watching your front from backstabbers. It's just a mess.
Spike Lee did a really good
Yes.
job of showing and making you feel that stress that they feel.
It never
in the
stopped.
movie.
Like it
Yeah.
didn't go, it didn't slow down. It just kept going at a steady pace. And Spike Lee, of course, makes his appearance in his movies. We know that. Him and Tarantino do it, and so does M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
But he's in here,
Yeah.
and he plays his just a quick little scene. But I'm glad you recommended this Gunnel because I've never seen it, and I actually really like it. It really depicts how it was back then when it comes to drug dealing and dealing with the projects and all that good stuff. It did a pretty good with this one.
Yeah.
I like that, Gunnel.
It's a
We
good
digging
one.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we're not going to give this clappers because we don't do that for classics. But
And if you want to see it, it's available on all the platforms.
Yep.
YouTube, Amazon Prime, all of that.
Yep.
It's $3.99.
It's
if
worth
you
it.
have cable, you can watch it for $2.99.
Yeah, it's worth it. I would say
On
go ahead and
demand.
take a look at it because it's really interesting watching a lot of those movies from like the 90s when especially from the 80s when the crack came in and then as it went along. I watch this one. I like it.
And speaking of the cost to watch,
Yes.
and we had to pay to watch this, which we don't mind, but we do have a PayPal.
Yes. If you
So
want to contribute
if you do want to contribute,
to our movie
it's
ventures.
got to be real reviews at gmail.com.
And
you'll
real-
see it on the screen.
right here because real is
REEL.
REEL. So that is our PayPal. If you would like to contribute,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Also chat with us. Tell us what you want to see. Don't forget, we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, we are on Instagram. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.